People think that the President of the United States has the power for debt forgiveness. He does not. He can postpone, he can delay, but he does not have that power. That has to be an act of Congress.
All right, joining us now, we have Arizona Congressman and Border Security Caucus Chair Andy Biggs. Congressman Biggs, it is great to have you on Saturday Agenda. We appreciate you being here. What are the chances Pelosi is going to honor her previous perspective that it is Congress, not the president, who approves something like this?
Well, Kilmeny, good to be with you. But I will tell you, with Speaker Pelosi, sometimes these types of feelings she expresses are what I would say fluid. She should go back and say, well, you know, I was right then, I'm right now, and we're going to have to come in and have hearings and take congressional action on this, whether we're going to approve such a thing or not, especially since it's going to cost bare minimum $330 billion. And in my estimation, in looking at it, probably in excess of $1 trillion by the time you finish running through this program. And, you know, it's going to impact so many people because it's $125,000 for a single person, but $250,000 for a household. So this is just a hugely disproportionate bailout, quite frankly. And I'm hoping she'll come back. We're pleading with her to do it. We're urging her to do it. And actually, we're demanding that she do it.
Yeah, and Congressman, you look at the budgetary cost and the distributional impact of student loan forgiveness that was released by the Penn-Wharton budget model. They estimate that forgiving federal college student debt will cost between $300 billion and $980 billion over a 10-year budget window. Again, going back and stipulating that that's dependent on the program details. But who could possibly be for this when this gets passed on to taxpayers?
Well, I mean, it doesn't make sense because what you're saying is exactly right. First of all, we don't have any money to pay this. We're already in a structural deficit every year in our budget. So that means that this is going to be added to the national debt. It's going to be added to the structural deficit. And that means that it isn't just going to be taxpayers today. And by the way, I've heard some people on the left that want to increase taxes on everybody else to pay for this. But it also means it's going to kick it down the road so that the future generation that is going to be facing the imminent bankruptcy of the United States of America, they're going to have to decide how they're going to pick this up. So this is just another modern monetary theory policy of Joe Biden and the leftists in Congress.
Even the Committee for Responsible Federal Budget, they weighed in on this, and that they said broad student debt cancellation would actually undermine the benefits of the Inflation Reduction Act. So how are Democrats doing the math here by saying that the Inflation Reduction Act is going to lower the deficit by around $300 billion, yet this is clearly canceling a lot of that out?
Yeah, it doesn't pencil out even on the back of an envelope, quite frankly. So when you begin to look at it, what I would say are credible economists are saying this will have immediate inflationary pressure. So I never bought the IRA's inflation reduction portion of that bill. I don't think that's real. And so when you add this into that, you're going to actually add to inflationary pressure. And you can't get around it. There's no gimmicking this like the administration says, well, you know, an 8.5% inflation rate is 0% inflation because it's down a half a point. No, it's still 8.5% over last year. So you can gimmick this thing all you want. You can say all you want, but Americans are not dummies. They understand this is going to add pressure to high cost and devalue the currency, which is ultimately what causes inflation.